Thanks for showing up for our tea meditation. It doesn't have to be tea. It can be tea or coffee or water. It's your choice. For this meditation, feel free to go get a cup and fill it up with something and come back to your comfortable seat. So, as we begin the meditation, we're going to take five. So, we're going to take five deep breaths. So, using the somatic breath, you're inhaling through the nose and you're letting go through the mouth, breathing in. And you're going to see if you could double your exhale. Just do your best. Go at your own pace. Just notice where you could relax in your body every time you exhale. Okay, and then finishing up the next one. Allow the breath to find its own natural rhythm. Allowing your attention to move inward. And just feel a sense of grounding. So just notice whatever body parts are actually sitting on something or touching the ground, connecting with the floor or your chair if you're on a chair or your cushion. Just feel your feet and legs and pelvis ground and bringing in the qualities of Sthira Sukham Asanam. So the upright, steady, supportive spine, but also bring the softness and sweetness, maybe the sweet smile. Just let your belly be soft and your heart space be open. And anchor the mind as you watch your breath flowing in, flowing out. So as we bring in mindfulness, A mindfulness practice is paying attention. It's tuning into what we're noticing, what we're feeling. And we're going to bring in a tea meditation today, bringing in all the senses, honing in on the senses. So, whether or not you have a cup of tea with you, or maybe it's coffee, or maybe it's water, whatever it is. And even if you don't, you can even imagine. Okay, so I'm going to invite you first to take your hands together and make like a little cup or bowl. And in some countries, they actually kind of drink out of, they look more like bowls than cups in the East. So just holding your cup here. And this cup is symbolic of, at this moment, it's an empty cup. So we want to acknowledge the empty cup that we know we can fill, that we are blessed to be able to fill our cup. And just like in our meditation practice, it's more of a letting go practice, but therefore, the empty vessel we can fill up with grounding, with love, with patience, with mindfulness. Good. And take a deep breath in and exhale and relax your hands back down. So at any time, or you could even hold your cup for the whole practice. That might be long to hold the entire time, but feel free to pick it up, bring it back. And so now acknowledging the cup that's full, the cup that we're able to fill with our tea or wherever we desire. And we can see the cup. So, first, the sense of sight. So, I want you to really appreciate your cup that you have chosen this morning. Mine's really cute. This is I go through favorite cups. Cups get broken, right? We have to let them go. I had a beautiful Buddha cup, and someone gifted it many years ago, and actually Jace broke it this year. And it's okay. Oma just let it go. But I had this other cup, and it actually said, I'm just going to show it to you, filled with love. And it's got a little chip on it. See the chip? And so sometimes I'd be like, it's chipped. Okay, got to get rid of it. But I said, no. The chip is very, they do this in some of the Eastern traditions where things that are broken and they fix them, they become more meaningful. Knowing that we can also break our own heart, and our heart can be like the word broken, and yet there can be healing, and the broken heart has the little cracks. This is where the light can shine out. I think that's such a beautiful analogy. So as you appreciate the cup, you feel the cup. You might be feeling, depending what's in it, warm or cold. You can see what's in your cup and even smell. Mm, good. So this was my coffee cup this morning, but I've added water now, but there's a little reminiscence of the coffee. Good. And then, as you sip on your tea, just bring it to your mouth and slowly take the sip. You can hear as you drink, in your throat and the swallow, but also feeling the drink inside of your mouth. And of course, the taste. So just tasting and bringing all of your senses with you as you sip slowly. Savor each sip and bring a sweet smile that we're able to fill our cup and appreciate all the hands that it took to bring you both the cup and the drink. Somebody made this cup, somebody packaged the cup, shipped the cup. If it went into retail, someone unpacked it and placed it. The cashier that you bought it from. Just think how many times you've used the cup that you're using. And not just the cup, but also your drink. Just thinking about how blessed we are, depending if it's tea or coffee, it's probably made in a different country, and the farmers and their hands, and as well as the sun and the rain and the soil. Good. Even preparing your cup of tea or coffee or drink, to do it with mindfulness and appreciation. I mean, we get into a habit of it. We take it for granted. There's my coffee every morning. So when we slow down, we're paying attention. This is where we can bring in appreciation. So just continuing this mindfulness, whether you're sipping, holding your mug, or you want to rest your mug down for a bit and rest your arms. Just come back to the breath. And so instead of thinking about, again, these habits, like we have our coffee every morning, or some of us brew a cup of tea, think of it as a ritual. In many of the Eastern traditions, they have ceremonial practice rooted in custom and tradition. This encourages presence and mindfulness. And the tea ritual promotes respect, harmony, and tranquility. So, in these Eastern traditions, if you're invited over and offered tea, it's actually considered rude to decline. It's out of respect to share tea. And one of the most important purposes of the tea ceremony is to create an atmosphere where the host and the guest can enjoy time together, a connection, conversation, and strengthen a bond. In China, teacups weren't filled to the brim. Rather, they were poured about 70% full, and the 30% was space. And they say it was space for emotion. And I think that's so beautiful. Just to give ourselves space, just to be whatever we need to be in the moment. So even consider the next time that you make yourself a cup of tea, to do it mindfully. When we make a pot of tea, we have to steep it. Even making coffee can be a slow process if you have to grind the beans and you have the coffee filter, you have to pour it in the filter into the cup. And especially if you're sharing the tea or coffee with another person or people. So, raised by British parents, and I was born in England too, tea is just a part of our family. And I think that tradition's carried on. It's, if I have a daughter come over to visit, it's the first thing, would you like a cup of tea? And the kettle goes on. It makes you just sit for a moment and have a cup of tea. I know in the afternoon I have my tea time, usually with a little treat, and I look forward to that. So, again, bringing in just the mindfulness, the awareness, it can change the meaning from just throwing a tea bag in a cup, but to be grateful for all these little sweet moments of life. Mm. So I invite you to bring your hands in Padma Mudra. So this is the lotus flower. You have the three middle fingers open. And if you look at it, it almost looks like a chalice. So I want you to imagine this is your chalice of golden nectar of mindfulness. So just imagine you taking a little sip of your golden nectar. Om Mane Padme Hum. May the jewel within the lotus be realized. Feeling your palms, hands to heart. May your day be filled with harmony and tranquility and peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Cheers and namaste, my friends. So thank you so much for sharing a cup of tea today, or coffee, or water. Cheers.